I'm gonna say this right now. You owe me fucking big time. Why did you tell me not to just take him down?
It needs to be a sure thing.
There's no way to assure with your stupid surrogation programming.
Exactly, that's why I told you to not do it.
For a long time now, this was a fucking bane of my existence. It's nowhere near done. But I'm gonna show you something. This is a virus meant to break any surrogation tech in the galaxy.
Oh my god.
Any droid mortal. You can have backups, maybe, but if you back up when you have this, which is silent, and I'm going to eventually hopefully get to every droid out there, there will be no way to work around it until you find a way to bypass the surrogation virus. I hope you know when I have it done, and if it is done in my lifetime, I will release it without telling any of you. I hope you're okay with the fact you can die, Saber. It does raise the fact, though. And I know... I have no clue. I have no clue how they work. This was made as a countermeasure for when I fucking fought IG droids. This was a countermeasure when IG-88 was still a thing, considering there were 4 of them, and they could turn their consciousness into other beings. It was meant to kill them. Didn't have to use it, but I still had it, but it's 6 years without work on it. And, just not much work on it. You're not taking it with you. I don't want anyone's hands on this. Sure, there is a way to bypass it, and I'm aware it's painfully obvious. People just start making duplicates of themselves as a droid, put him in stasis. You don't have the fact that you die and you can't surrogate, because you can just power on the next version. But at that point, you're a battle droid. You aren't yourself. If you had permitted me, Saber, I was going to implant it in A1.
Well, I didn't know it was that.
I can't be specific. Comms can't let me go really in-depth and send a code transmission to you. I don't think it would even have worked. And of course, I would have had to actually attack A1 to insert it. I can't just slip it on him. Whatever, this is probably something that never will be done. It's impossible in my opinion. It's possible to do on a small scale, but to release this in a wide-scale method seems impossible. It could work for individuals, but I'd also have to tailor it for those individuals and also finish it. This thing is not even 20% done. I'm not the most expert slicer in the universe. So forget it. Forget I brought it up. It's not going to work.
If you want help, I think we know someone.
Who?
Expert droidsmith.
Give me a name.
Dr. Kinesworthy.
There's an old bounty on this guy. 10 years old. Why is that?
It could be any number of things.
Either way, let's just forget I said anything, okay? It's kind of hopeless, my idea.
If you ever want help finishing it, you know who to call.
You can defeat A1 in your own way. This thing won't be done for another like 7 to 8 years at minimum. Are you intending to go to war with them for the next 10 years? Yeah, exactly. Now what is this about this harrower I heard?
Yeah. It had a super laser on it.
Are you mad? That's impressive, but are you mad? Why? Why would you need a super laser?
Oh, big ship killer. It's helped a lot.
Whatever. Either way, I would have liked to take down A1, tried the code, or at least just fried him. If I just burned him on the floor, maybe he wouldn't be surrogating. Maybe he'd just be powered off. Because if the surrogation tech works as it should, the second he entered this comms blackout, a surrogate should have activated as a safety measure, so it wouldn't have mattered.
But that would have just pissed him off. This whole meeting would have been for
I don't care,
nothing.
he wouldn't know the coordinates. And we have a ship, and we have that suit of armor, and anything he had important on him. He could have had documents on him. You never know. Anyways, you going to kill the guy or what?
If it comes to it.
Just kill him. Ignore the fact that he's your friend or ally or anything. Just kill him. Don't have emotional attachments in this, and just blast his head off. Be damned whoever tells you. The fastest way to get a job done and to wipe out an organization is kill its head. You had an opportunity right there, and you blew it. Sure, I might support him for working with Palpatine, but Palpatine would have never found me.
You said it wasn't done. I didn't want to take the risk that it would have just done nothing and he would have killed you.
Do you think I give a shit about if I die today?
Yeah, but then he'd be pissed off at us too.
He already is pissed off at you.
Not us specifically.
You're on the wrong side of the conflict in his eyes.
It just made things worse.
Whatever you think, you know him better than me, I know nothing, yada yada yada. Moral implications or not, work for the man that has the most power in the galaxy, you'll be rewarded the best. You're a ragtag group of mercenaries calling yourself a full organization thinking you have the gall to stand against the Empire. I don't want to sound like a Sith or some sort of narcissistic asshole, but you have no chance, no matter who you ally with. If a super laser ship could not kill them, what chance do you have?
Could have if we were prepared.
And what if he has multiple? Of like whatever fucking super ship that killed yours? I imagine it was some sort of big ship, or it was like a big bomb or something. You don't usually just make one and done. I mean, look at the Death Star. Everything great must have a second. Everything that's great needs a sequel. I've got no clue what an eclipse is.
It's the ship.
Well, okay.
Probably called that because it literally eclipses out the sun.
Give up? Is turning to the dark side such a bad thing to you Force users? Are you going to lose yourself forever, not recognize yourself? That's what they all say. It's what the Jedi always said and peddled. That you lose yourself in the dark side and you're unrecognizable in the other.
Basically. Depends on the person.
I don't give a shit if you've seen it. I'm not much of a pessimist, but when you're facing odds like this, it is a miracle that you are still willing to fight against it. Sure, it's what the Rebel Alliance did, but the Rebel Alliance was actually, like, favorable to some. You're a random group that's proclaiming yourself independent and wanting to move against the Empire because you have issues with them, even though you worked for them for many years. Why should it matter?
I mean, they attacked first. We didn't start
Really?
this.
Because from what I remember, you keep antagonizing the Empire constantly. Maybe you just fucking caused this to happen. Maybe if you were more loyal and didn't harbor Jedi in your ranks, none of this would have ever happened.
Oh, it was mutual. They also kept antagonizing us for no reason.
They're the Empire. What do you expect? That's what they do. Fear controls. Sometimes you just gotta lay it out and take your whippings like a man. Just to see another day. Would you rather be the man who dies trying to steal the fruit, or the man rewarded with the fruit for their obedience? That's the way I see it. Alright, enjoy dying. All I'm gonna say. You claim you have like a grand understanding of the moralities of the Force and how this is ontologically evil. I know that. I've worked with both sides. I was rewarded much more generously when I worked for the Sith. The Antarians weren't even liked by the Jedi or the Republic. We were outcasted almost at times. They didn't want to recognize us. The Sith welcomed us, or me. Yes, the Jedi brought peace. Do you not even know why the CIS started, you fucking idiot? It was 1,000 years of culmination of ignoring the Outer Rim, only supporting the rich in the center of the galaxy, corruption at every turn, the cutthroat in the shadows instead of out in the public. It was just the Empire, but they hid themselves.
Yeah, but how much of that was the Sith doing?
Not a lot, surprisingly. The slavery, the mass murder, the Outer Rim, the pure poverty, the Sith can't do that. They can't do it on the scale that was being done. It was the inaction of the Republic, and the Sith never had control of the Republic until recently. And now you're going to say the Sith knowing me. Yeah, I know what you're going to say. You're going to just portray them as these pure evil people, and you're not going to listen to reason or rationality or anything. The Sith aren't perfect, nor the Jedi. I hate both sides. I work for both sides. I've done everything in my power to work for both.
Well, yeah, not all Sith are bad, but currently, yes.
It is so annoying to try to swap someone's worldview on anything when you're so hell-bent on your own ideology. I'm not even going to even humor this conversation anymore, because this is something I'm sure you've heard 100 times by the same talking points and everything else, and nothing gets accomplished because everything always culminates into, yeah, but I don't care. My views are better than yours.
I know the Sith, though. A good majority of them betray anyone who sides with them. Palpatine may not, but if we side with him, he'll probably do it to us.
You don't know. You're making assumptions. The Sith of old are not like the Sith of new. I have been told this a lot. But to everyone, the Sith of old and the Sith of new are identical.
They're just more careful these days. I mean, Dooku had some good points, but he was a pawn.
I have some horrible news for you, Nora. That stuff has been happening for hundreds of years on Coruscant. You're only seeing things through your own view of history. Most of the issues of the galaxy have been this way for hundreds of years. Think about that. Nothing changed between the two rules. And how will you do that? Kill an immortal man? Suddenly go into the New Republic's head office in order to fix the galaxy?
I don't know about all that. I'm just trying to keep people alive. And not actually betray ideals.
Anyone who betrays ideals or changes their opinion on stuff is labeled as a traitor by the Vanguard. Anyone who disagrees is disposed of. Anyone who wants to leave is murdered. Do you not realize that the galaxy is just a cycle of death? And that nothing changes, ever? And the only time changes ever brought into the galaxy, the Jedi or the Sith or whoever stops it so the status quo can keep moving. The New Republic's not going to change anything. They're going to be like the old complacent order, maybe 10 years from now if they still exist, and win. Nothing changes in this galaxy. Just be on the winning side at the end of a conflict, and you'll be happier. Stop caring about the lesser beings in you, or the grand scale of the galaxy. Just focus on yourself and your own selfish needs. Otherwise, you're going to be in a land of disappointment, hurt. But you're doing it from the wrong side of the viewpoint.
There is no wrong side. It's just whatever you pick.
There is a losing side.
And if I lose, I lose.
Side, though, Saber. As a droid, you should never want to lose.
Well, yeah, I don't want to lose. But I don't want to side with them. I don't like them.
Why? Because they have their robotic soldiers and stuff? Or they attacked you?
Well, yeah, I don't like the fucking shit they're doing to their soldiers. It goes against a lot of what I stand for.
The New Republic will pick up this tech and do the same thing.
Then I'll fight them.
Instead of soldiers, you're just gonna fight everyone and not just be complacent with the... This is why none of you will ever succeed in the galaxy as a whole. I'm successful. I've done everything I want in my life. And unlike you, it didn't take me 5,000 years to do it.
That's because I choose new things I want to do.
Not listening. Sometimes sacrifices have to be made for your own moral quandaries to make it. But none of you were ready to hear that sacrifice is the key to having a good life. Morality be damned in this fucking galaxy. It's you credits against the world of time. Well, I'm not you, and I've lived longer than you, yet hasn't destroyed me.
Because you're a different person than us. Everyone's different.
It's clear I'm not going to be able to sway you from abandoning the Vanguard or not going to war with A1 or anything of the sort. You would have turned a while ago if you actually stuck to your original rationale, Saber.
Would I?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't exactly
You
loyal
loved
to
working for the
Dooku.
Sith. He paid you the best. You got all
Yeah,
the
that's
cool
why I
stuff you
stuck with
wanted,
him, but
and you got to
there's a
hunt
lot of
Jedi.
things I kept from him.
Oh, but you remember working for Dooku, but you can't even remember what I fucking like, huh? See how it is. You can go to Varen. I would not go to Varen. It would destroy me. I don't care. Deal with it. You chose here. You get to hear with me berating you. And for you, Safer, do you even care about me at all or anything?
It's clear we're
Did you even
not
value
compatible
or care about
anymore.
our time? Why?
I mean, I've changed too much.
I've changed. I have not changed my viewpoint in 30 years.
Exactly.
I'm standing by this.
I've changed.
For the worse, it seems.
No,
You used to be a very efficient bounty hunter and very passionate about your work. And
I
now
still
the only
am.
thing you seem to care about... Prove it. When's the last time you went into a mission? You've not been on the bounty board in years. I just came back.
I've been dead,
That's what you're gonna say.
literally.
Bef-
And before
Before
that,
your
I
death,
was focusing on other shit I wanted to do.
God, you're a failure.
Am I?
In my eyes, you've
In your
squandered all
eyes.
the potential and all the gifts you have.
You obviously don't know me.
I understand you care about your friends and stuff. But the old Saber I knew didn't care about any of this stuff, and that's why he was more likable than you.
In your eyes. But a lot of people hate that version of me.
You have to deal with the hate. And I guess you have to deal with me not liking you right now, too.
Look, if you want me to be like how I was, there is another me out there that is like that.
Yeah, that stupid Durandal. Why can't things just go back to how they used to be? Now you're part of you're a figurehead of an organization instead of an independent and free man to do whatever he wants, or free droid.
I am free. I'm just choosing to stick with them for now.
True freedom is to being independent with no loyalties but to your friends. And I know
That's
you're about
what
to say
I'm doing.
I'm loyal to my friends in the Vanguard, but it's different. You're loyal to your friends, but your loyalty is forcing you to do things that you wouldn't have normally done, like work for them, for their organization. You feel inclined to because they're companions to you. All it's doing is squandering your potential.
I mean, I could be a free agent, but then I'd had less resources at my disposal.
I'm literally right here. I was literally your resources alongside your base. We worked fine for a long time.
Yes, but now look at what we're facing.
What?
The Empire.
Cool. You stop working for the Vanguard and the Empire immediately drops its thing against you. You know that, right?
I won't.
You're only enemies because you work for them.
I still don't like the Empire. At this present moment. If I leave the Vanguard, I'll still go against them.
You never liked any organization that didn't immediately appease you. That's why you like the CIS, because they just worked with you because they needed you. They don't absolutely come to your beck and call, so you don't want them.
I don't want them because they've tried to kill me time and time again. They'd still do that even if I left.
The Empire isn't this evil, pure evil conglomerate, but you're
Yeah,
not
not the
see
whole
that.
Empire, but right now it's more evil than it's ever been. I could tolerate the Empire before Palpatine came back. Hell, I even liked some of the people there. Yeah.
Not much left to talk about. You aren't going to see my viewpoint, so get lost.
Saying you can't force your own viewpoint on someone. I'm not trying to force mine on you. I'm just stating what I believe in. Guess that's the difference between the two of us. I've changed, he hasn't. He hasn't changed since the whole time I've known him. Which is kind of odd since I'm a droid. I'm not supposed to change. Oh well, if it works for him. Yeah. Well, hey, if he likes his life, then no reason to change it. But I like mine. For the most part. Some things you just can't change. I mean, it's nearly hopeless, but that's different from being completely hopeless. Yeah. Hmm. It depends on a lot of things. I mean, the last time someone did this, they just took someone else's body. But I don't know if he's doing that because he sounds the same. Could be something else then. Or he simply survived whatever happened to him somehow. Could've. He could also simply never have died. Just faked his death. Some way or another. Guess we have to ask Luke Skywalker. Yeah. I better get going. Yeah. Even if we don't see eye to eye, I still have a replica to make.